Hello everyone. Next we come to the convergence of beta function. Okay. Convergence of beta function is a very important question. They will ask for 5 marks. Its question is repeated more time. Okay. This will ask for 5 marks. They will ask for test the convergence of beta function. Otherwise they will ask state and prove convergence of beta function. Okay. Let's see. What is the statement? Show that integration 0 to 1 x to m minus 1 1 minus x to n minus 1 dx exists if and only if m and n are both positive. That means this integral is exists if and only if the condition m and n must be strictly greater than 0. What is this integral? This is the beta function. Beta function is exist. Exist means we get a finite value. This integral you get a finite value if and only if m and n must be strictly greater than 0. Okay, this is the statement. Let's see the proof. Here, suppose what happen if m equal to 1 or more than 1. If put m equal to 1, what do we get? If put m equal to 1, we get a x raised to 0, we get a 1. And 1 minus x to n equal to 1, we get a, this power is also 1 minus x raised to 0, we get the value is 1. Then means the integration must be finite value. Okay. What about more than 1? Then only if m is more than 1, we also say we get the finite value. That means then it is definitely it is exist if m equal to and more than greater than equal to 1 and n is greater than equal to, this statement is exist. Okay, that integral, see here, the integral is proper if m is greater than equal to 1, n is greater than equal to 1. Okay, what is proper means? Proper means the integral limit is finite and the function of the integral must be bounded. That type of the integral is said to be a proper integral. I will explain thoroughly in unit 3 improper integral. Okay, I will briefly explain what is proper. The limit of the integral is finite and the function of the integral must be bounded. That integral is said to be a proper integral. Okay, here if m put then mn equal to 1 or more than 1, we get the proper, that is we get the, this statement is exist. Okay, what about the less than 0 or less than 1? Let's see. See, suppose m equal to, we put m is less than, strictly less than 1. What happen here? If m is strictly less than 1, get the power of x is negative. We take in the reciprocal 1 divided by x is to 1 minus m. If put x equal to 0, what happen? 1 divided by 0 is infinite. If the value is infinite, the integration is infinite. It means if m is strictly greater than 1, it does not exist. When? If x equal to 0. In similar way, if n is strictly less than 1, what happen here also? 1 minus x to power is, we get a negative, get in the reciprocal form 1 divided by 1 minus x to 1 minus n. Okay, if put x equal to 1, what happen? Here also we get a 1 divided by 0 form, we get the infinite, then integral is infinite, it means it does not exist. This integral does not exist if m is strictly greater than 1, when x equal to 0, and if n is strictly greater than n, if x equal to, we put the 1. Okay, let's see, we have to prove, but here we have to prove this what? M and n must be strictly greater than 0. That's why I am taking here as a contradiction method. Suppose what happen? M is strictly greater than, m is less than 1 and m is strictly less than 1. Okay. See here, we know that the limit is 0 to 1. We have to split. It can be taken in midterm. Take a number 1 by 2 between 0 to 1 to examine the convergency. Okay. When m n less than, strictly less than 1. Okay, it can be split, integral can be split into 0 to 1, can be split into 0 to 1 by 2, 1 by 2 to 1. The function is same as it is x raised to m minus 1, 1 minus x raised to n minus 1 dx. Here also 0 to 1 by 2, 1 by 2 to 1, x raised to m minus 1, 1 minus x raised to n minus 1 into dx with interval 0 to 1. This put as a equation 1. Okay, let's see for a condition when m is strictly less than 1. Okay, see here it is a very important one of the theorem. It will come in unit 3 in improper integral. It's not explained unit 3. That's why I have explained this statement briefly. What is that statement? comparison test if f and g are two positive functions on AB and A being the only point of infinite discontinuity on interval AB and the limit of x tends to A, f of x divided by g of x equal to L, if we get a finite limit, then the two integrals are integration a to b f of dx and integral a to b g f into dx converges or diverges together. That means, what is the statement? This is the comparison test. I will explain this theorem proof in unit 3. Okay, I will here explain only statement. What is the statement? If f and g both are positive, okay, and the lower limit a is the only point of infinite discontinuity and the limit of f of x divided by g of x can be finite limit, then these both are convergent divergent together. That means if it is this is convergent, f of x is convergent, then g of x is also convergent. Otherwise this is divergent, then this is also divergent. Otherwise both are simultaneously. If g of x is convergent, f of x is convergent, or g of x is divergent, f of x is the divergent. Any one of these convergent, must and should another one is also convergent. Otherwise divergent simultaneously. Okay, this is the important statement. I will using it convergence of beta function. See here, I will take first part. We have to show it what? This is the convergence that I have split into two parts, 0 to 1 by 2, 1 by 2 to 1. I will take first part 0 to 1 by 2. Okay, let's see when m is strictly less than 1. What is the f of x? X is to m minus 1, 1 minus x is to n minus 1. See here, condition is what? M is strictly less than 1. That's why I will take x is to m minus 1 can be in the denominator as in the form of x is to 1 minus m. That is 1 minus x is to n minus 1 divided by x is to 1 minus m. Okay. But our comparison test is what? We have a two function. That's why I will take f of x in the small term, that is the take. From the f of x, I will take g of x as a 1 divided by x is to 1 minus m. Here, how to take the g of x? The denominator part of the f of x is to be g of x. Okay. F of x is the 1 minus x is to n minus 1 divided by x is to 1 minus m. And we take from the f of x, we take g of x as a 1 divided by x is to 1 minus m. Okay. Both are positive. By the statement, both are positive. And here a is only point of infinite discontinuity. We know that here 0 is only point of discontinuity if m is strictly less than 1. Next come to the apply limit. X tends to 0. F of x divided by g of x. X tends to 0. F of x put f of x value, g of x value. Here both are denominator get cancelled. You get the 1 minus x is to n minus 1. Put x tends to 0. Put x equal to 0. What you get? 1. 1 rest anything is 1. Then we get the limit is finite. Then what will happen? Both are convergent divergent together. If both any one of these convergent, and then one is also convergent, or both any one of these divergent, in any one also divergent. That's why I am taking a smallest integral function, that is the 1 divided by x is to 1 minus m. Here I am take 0 to 1 by 2 g of x. Okay. 0 to 1 by 2 g of x into dx. See here, 0 to 1 by 2 dx, x is to 1 minus m is. Here is one of the important theorem in improper integral. Integration ab dx divided by x minus a raised to n is convergent if and only if n is strictly less than 1. Okay, this integral is convergent if and only if n is strictly less than 1. I will use this theorem here. Here x minus a is what? 0. That is x minus 0 is x, x is to 1 minus m is convergent when if 1 minus m raised to, here the power is n but here is 1 minus m. 1 minus n is strictly less than 1. That means 1 get cancelled, minus m is strictly less than 0, but in the positive way m is strictly greater than 0. That means if m is strictly greater than 0, then only this integral g of x is convergent. If g of x is convergent, by compare test, f of x is definitely convergent. By compare test what? 0 to 1 by 2 f of x dx is convergent if and only if m is strictly greater than 0. By compare test. Okay, and similarly take this term is convergent when m is strictly greater than 0. Next take second part from integral 1 by 2 to 1. That way I will take here for n is strictly less than 1. Similarly take f of x is a x is to n minus 1 minus x is to n minus 1. Here n is strictly less than 1, therefore I will take in the denominator x is to m minus 1 divided by 1 minus x is to n minus 1 be written as 1 minus n. Okay, here from f of x I will take g of x as a 1 divided by 1 minus x is to 1 minus n. Okay, similar procedure, apply x is to here, the limit of point of discontinued point has to be applied. X tends to here, a is the this point of infinite continuity, that's why I am taking x tends to a. But from here n is strictly less than 1, the 1 is the only point of infinite discontinuity. That's why I will take x tends to 1, f of x divided by g of x. Put f of x value, g of x value, denominator both are get cancelled. Put x tends to 1, what you get? The limit is 1. The limit value is here the 1, that is finite. By once again by compare test, I will take g of x value 1 by 2 to 1, g of x 1 by 2 to 1, 1 divided by 1 minus x is to n minus 1 dx. Here from one of the theorem, integration a to b dx divided by b minus x is to n is convergent if and only if n is strictly less than 1. These three theorems I will prove in unit 3. Okay, I am shortly here written as the statement. Okay, this integral is convergent if n is strictly less than 1. What is b? B is the upper limit. Here also upper limit is what? 1. Okay, upper limit is 1. Therefore, 1 minus x is 2. Here from n, here 1 minus n. 1 minus n is strictly less than 1. Here get cancel, 1 1 get cancel, you get minus n is strictly less than 0. That means in the positive way, n must be strictly greater than 0. Therefore, g of x is what here? This is convergent if and only n is strictly greater than 0. By once again, by comparison test, what happened? By compare test, integration 1 by 2 1 f of x into dx is convergent if n is strictly greater than 0. Okay, by from equation 1 what to get? From equation 1, from m is strictly greater than 0, m is strictly greater than 0, we get first part is convergent. For n is strictly greater than 0, second part is convergent. If adding both, we get the 0 to 1, x is to m minus 1, 1 minus x is to n minus dx is convergent if and only if m and n are strictly greater than 0. So this is the proof. If any you have a doubt, ask in group. Okay, thank you.